Okay, let's see if there is sound. Okay. Okay. Good morning to everyone. Well, I didn't expect Bitcoin to pump so much with cutting rates yesterday. I mean, it was too much for me. Um, let's do our usual daily analysis of Bitcoin. Well, we can see on the daily that momentum we got supported here yesterday. I didn't expect to have such a move to the upside because the Fed was cutting was hiking rates. Sorry, was hiking rates. 75 basis points. It's not small. So the market is reacting to the upside for me with no reason. But yeah, that's me. That's my thinking. I was really surprised to have such a sustained move to the upside. Anyway, it is what it is. The market doesn't make sense to me. At least didn't make sense to me yesterday at all. But maybe we have to look at the charts. We don't have to pay attention to the Fed, or because if we have if we could have traded the weekly green dot, we would be in profit. So the weekly was right after all. Yeah, right now we're going up on the daily. We have to see where we stop on this daily. 4 hour is printing some kind of divergence on the money flow, but let's see where it stops. 3 hour, well, money flow is going up, so there might be more to come. We may even go to 26, 27k and go to the upside, because this money flow is usually, yeah, the money flow is looking really nice, at least on the 3 hour. On the 1 hour, let's see. I definitely should have longed yesterday, but I didn't. Actually, I was betting more on the short side. But anyway, it's lessons learned not to trust this hiking, but look more at the charts. 45 minute. Well, we still have money flow going up here, so there might be more. Although we have divergence on the 30 minute on price versus momentum and money flow a little bit also. Yeah. I mean, let's see this 3 minute. I do want to short this because it's went high so quickly without retracing, and yeah, so there is divergence on the 30 and 45 minute. It is just that the money flow is strong right now. I still want to short this because I think hiking rates is not bullish. But anyway, that's only me, you know. Here we are above the pivot. Maybe we go to test the resistance at 23.6 and then get rejected. On the MACD we can also see clearly how divergent it is. It's divergence. So this is bearish. It's not bullish. On the other hand, if I see the 30, yeah, the 1 hour or the 45 minute, the price didn't went to the downside at all. So we have divergence here. I would like to short this. But maybe I want to wait for the 1 and 3 minute first. 15 minute is also going down. Yeah, I would wait a little bit. Yeah, that's my taking. It's surprising to me that the Bitcoin price, the interest is going up. It seems it bottomed at 22 and it's going up and the price is pumping, which is opposite to what I expected. Okay, I'll play Inspo Crypto on-chain analysis. I just want to see the dashboard of the options. Average volume, more calls than puts. Looks normal. Okay, so we hit the max pain. So yesterday the move actually might be solely because of market makers. So they push the price up because we have options expiring tomorrow and huge amount of them. Yeah, this is the open interest that is expiring tomorrow. In the past weeks we didn't have so much open interest, but now you see what happened. I think this is solely market makers playing again the market. That's why I was surprised that we're so bullish. But in the end it seems they wanted to push the price up to the max pain at 23k. And basically what they do is if they are on profit and they have premiums if the price is close to the max pain. So if it's diverging from the max pain, they're not making money. The market makers are not making money. Well, this is the deal with them, and wow, they did it. I mean, they pumped the price 3k just to hit this max pain and grab the liquidity, grab the money from the options. This is in the end what happened. I think there is nothing to do with the Fed. Yeah, because hiking rates shouldn't be bullish. Maybe after that next week we will see a dump. But for now it seems the market makers are pushing the price up. Or now they're going to maintain until midnight. Yeah, this makes sense to me right now. So on the options we see we have huge amount of calls on the 12 hour and 18 hour and daily on the higher time frames. 500 million on FTX. Yeah, it's it's those guys. It's those guys for sure. Some bankman fried, or what what was he called? It is this guy. Basically wrecking everyone on the options and grabbing the money. Yeah. Weighted open interest. Funding is positive. Just look how suddenly we moved. Well, I think this is good excuse for them. You know, people think that it's the Fed printing money. You know, it's the Fed. It's because of the Fed decision. Blah blah blah. But actually, they used this event yesterday as a mask to wreck the options players and grab the liquidity and grab the money. So, as a cover up for their actions. Pretty smart, I would say. Pretty smart. Okay, let's see what crypto, yeah, what Inspo Crypto has to say.
Hello, folks, and welcome to another Bitcoin market analysis by Inspo Crypto. Well, first of all, um, before before we go forward, because it seems that about the whole change finance thing, it surprised me as well. I thought that that's a big scam, but to be honest, I know the CEO since a while. We had nice chats because just let me be very straight to you. Since a while, I'm very interested to work with them for a future project. Many knows that I'm going to launch with George and Mogul actually our new website. We are working on it, and we have much more things behind the curtains that I never mentioned. I will mention it as soon as the time is ready for it, but we will provide a lot of new stuff to the community. Our goal is to maintain and to let grow the community more and more, and to provide more educational stuff, more instruments, more tools to understand what whales are doing and to make even your trades more successful. That's our goal. So yeah, I'm. It's not surprising me that many are in disbelief. So what the hell? Inspo never would chill. No, you are right. I would never do that. But in this case here, I like the idea. Usually, you have an agency that's getting money just to react or to activate hundreds and hundreds of different accounts. Sometimes I think they are bots offering you money to show projects. This case it's completely different because the idea behind is you send to someone that appears in a list, you send them money, and as soon he connects his wallet with Twitter, he releases the funds you send to him, but at the same time you will get rewards. That's usually 3 to 5 times of that what you send. It's of course limited. It's not unlimited, so you can't just. I think that's 100,000 change per im, per influencer. That's the max. However, I know it's not scam, and that's the only reason why I shared that. That's the only reason. I was surprised to see that I got that much money because I was receiving in the last few days a lot of different. I mean, I'm receiving a lot of crap every day. Agencies asking for sharing any projects, um, exchanges asking, and so on and so forth. So usually I'm ignoring them, refusing, deleting their messages, whatever. And I did the same with Change. So many people sent me, hey, I sent you money. And I thought that's scam, that's spam, and that's why I sent to change today, indicating, hey, look, I like your project, but I don't like that you are doing exactly the same like the other scam projects. And then they told me that's a contest, that's a promotion, that's a contest where retailers can have some benefits using that promotion at the same time. So, in my opinion, that's a great idea and way to support the community, but at the same time to make marketing. That's what I just shared that and why I'm supporting that. And of course, I know change because I'm using the wallet since a year, and many of you know I like Fusion. I'm accumulating Fusion since a while as well. It's not a secret. I told you many times in my analysis in the past. So just to make it clear, Inspo wasn't hacked. It's really me, okay? And so you will see that was a just unique moment where I did that, but usually I'm not doing that. Many of you know that. However, let us go forward and let us check what's happening to the markets because that's what we want to do today, just to check what the markets are doing. And in my opinion, many should just ask, hey, Inspo, what's going on to the market? Could you explain why, for example, Bitcoin is lifting up even more? Yes, I think I can tell you why Bitcoin is doing that. It seems Wall Street is expecting 75 BPS today. So in 1.5 hours, we will get the decision by the Fed about the next interest rate hike. And I was reading from an American professor of economic his expectations, and it makes sense, unfortunately. Mrs. Yellen already told that the economy is still in the path, still on track. Even if it's reducing its growth, it's still growing. Well, we need to see that the GDP data is going to be released tomorrow. So not today and not yesterday, of course. So just to say, okay, let's make 75 BPS, it's at least an option, and it would explain why the markets are reacting that bullish at the moment. But in my opinion, and you remember, I have said, first a bull trap, afterwards nuke, because Mrs. Yellen is saying the economy is in place, and I tell you, and we will see this, I guess, tomorrow, that the GDP will show us that the economy is not in place like Mrs. Yellen is thinking. So just because we have seen some other data related to the economy and that wasn't really looking like it's looking especially good. We know that consumer behavior is looking weak and some other data also don't look very great. So my expectations is today up, tomorrow we initiate the nuke. Means we will start to dump more and more. So let us see. As usual, make your own and your personal conclusions. Never trade my opinion, only trade my data. So let us go forward. What happened to the weights ratio 30 days moving average? As expected, we are done here. Now it's declining. We are really done. So many are expecting when it's flipping, when it has its reversal, it's over. No, no, no. That's the whole preparation. The preparation is done, and usually now we should start to see the impact. So even if we go up, I would expect tomorrow the dump initiation. We will see. However, if we check here, we also can see that the weights ratio 30 hours moving average declined, and it's declining in more. It's really indicating at the moment that weights are sending less bitcoins to decentralized exchanges. At the same time, we can see here, for example, that the stablecoin supply maintains stable. That's a nice wording. However, if we go forward, we can see here that the centralized exchanges has here filled their, in my opinion, their stablecoin reserves, and here that looks very organic in my opinion, and afterwards it declined. I was once again receiving some whale alerts indicating 40-50 millions USDT withdraw from Binance and several times. So just to mention that. Afterwards, even the 30 hours, the weights ratio 30 hours moving average is declining. You can see that even these dumps are looking, yeah, well, it's retracing more, you know, so we have a tendency to the upside, and it's also indicating they don't let the price go much more up. So I have called 22.5 to 23K as a potential bull trap and afterwards nuke. So we will have more of the data related to GDP. I need to check when it will happen tomorrow. It's going to be okay. So 2:30 centralized, okay, Central European time means let me check. Dublin, no, no, no. If we check, for example, GMT -2 would be at 10:30. Use investing.com, use the economic calendar. It's the best thing you can do just to track all these events. It's really important. So they are expecting, that's what they forecasted, that the GDP is going to lift up by 0.5%. Last time it was minus 1.6%. And we know from last week, for example, that we got some really weak data related to consume behavior. And that's one of the engines of the economy. So we will see if that's going to play out. If the data, the GDP, is negative or much lower than 0.5%, meaning 0.3, 0.2, it should trigger what I have mentioned before, a dump phase. Let us go forward and check the inflows. So, what we see here is nothing. We have received stablecoin inflows, correlates with the outflows as usual, so also here nothing big, absolutely nothing. Even the volume is not big enough. I mean, we have received in the past 200, 250 millions. That didn't happen since a while. I mean, the last time was July 18th, that's 10 days ago. And since then, it maintains relatively low. Today's, for example, the biggest inflow today was 2 hours ago, 1,000 Bitcoin. So absolutely nothing. Many people are expecting, listen, Inspo, we are not receiving any big inflows anymore, so it's over. Up only. Be careful with that. Weights ratio, if it plays out, means they have sent enough Bitcoins to the exchanges and they didn't distribute yet. So that means, and that's why what I'm insisting and explaining, weights ratio doesn't mean only because it's going up, they distribute just directly afterwards. Doesn't mean that. That has a different quality and information indicating not only they are sending more Bitcoins to the exchanges, so not only indicating you the sentiment of the whales, but at the same time a preparation. All this preparation thing you can see in any chart. That's something that they showed every time, really every time in the past. After it had its reversal, the weights ratio 30 days moving average, after it had started to decline, then the impact to the price happened. And that's something that should happen again. So we can see we are receiving here really low volume to inflows. We had more outflows than inflows, and that's it. That's really absolutely it. So yesterday we had even more inflows than today. Let us go forward. So what we see here is the funding rate, and we can see first of all the leverage ratio is, wow, going up at the moment. However, the funding rate lifted up and is declining. Why it's declining? Well, what the price is going up. Many people are indicating, and that's an effect we have seen in the past. When the price goes up, many people are expecting the next dump, and so they start to demand more shorts. We will see blockchain whispers if that's also indicating that much more shorts are coming in than longs. That would make me a little bit less bearish. However, I'm still convinced tomorrow is the day. It should start to trigger. I'm really convinced. Let us go forward. Open interest lifting up, as you see, and that's really interesting. If you check here, it matches very well to the leverage ratio. It means that someone is shorting with high leverage, it seems, in my opinion. But because of the open interest lifted up very hard, at the same time the leverage ratio as well, and if we check, for example, at the same time that funding rate dumped once, so indicating someone, it seems, is preparing the dump. I have called yesterday 22.5 to 23. That would be my area, the best optimized zone to short. So as long Bitcoin and SPY is showing some strong moves to the upside, I'm not going to short. As soon as I see it starts to stall, for example, or to struggle, then I will start to short. I will start to short means if we go more up, more I will short, more funds I will add to my short. That's the only thing. I will short this time with volume, but less leverage. Just in case of I'm totally wrong, so that I can at least reduce my position with less, well, a tiny loss maybe. So if we check here, we see the stablecoins. The stablecoin inflow to derivative exchanges maintains relatively low. We had yesterday some, but today it looks really flat. Related to Bitcoin, it looks a little bit different because, of course, we had over the weekend, it was absolutely very flat, and now it's coming. Not big anymore. We are not talking about 10, 12,000, 14 like we had in the past, but it's at least looking better than related to spot. 1,800 bitcoins here and so on and so forth. Also here correlates with outflows, indicating that they are trading short term just to make quick money, and that would match maybe to the funding rate here as well, indicating they are really preparing the next big move. Let us go forward and check what's happening here. Yeah, you remember 60 to 40 yesterday, 53 to 47. So shorts are coming in right now, and we need to see. We really need to see. Um, I really hope they can push, to generate a little bit more FOMO so that we are getting more longs, because in my opinion, that's going to be also part of the plan, to have enough longs and then to nuke. If we have more shorts than longs, I don't know. So this one looks still good, this one doesn't look good. Many expecting Ethereum will go down very soon, and as you see 57, so 43 to 57, that's a long short ratio, indicating people are here maybe too bearish. However, let us go forward and check what the Kingfisher is indicating. As usual, that takes a little bit. So, wow, wow. Between 22, yeah, that's at 22. That's at 22. Okay, that's crazy. That's really crazy. I don't know how that works, but at least that explains the high leverage with the high open interest. So
This
someone
wrecked
is
already.
placing here at 22 a big, 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 big short. And we need to see next and the exchange walls if we can see if someone is protecting that area here at 22k. Let us check if FTX is doing exactly the same. Then we have this here, that's on the long part, but it, wow. Looks different, at least on the short side. So someone on Binance is shorting big. And we still have the longs on Binance and FTX. That's exactly the same. But we have on Binance someone, and we will check what the MM entities are doing, because I noticed something. I'm not going to make a teaser now, but it surprised me once again. These guys are surprising me a lot at the moment. That's it. Let us go for. So what we see here, and that was actually yesterday just a check. I just wanted to see if FTX CBD is going to bounce when it reaches again their bottom, because that's actually their bottom on CBD, and look, it did. And the most interesting thing is the price is lifting up, and this time they are not quick accumulating. That's really strange in my opinion, because that's what they did in the past many times. And 22k is here, so we need to go that up to start to liquidate the big high leverage short we have seen on Binance. The aggregated CBD is indicating they were distributing. Right now it looks like a little bit accumulating. We need to see who is accumulating, I guess Coinbase buying, but we will see. Also here, Bitcoin collateral, it's really crazy because they are really shorting all the time, and futures with stablecoin collateral are just driving the price action with the support of the aggregated CBD, of course. Oh, give me just a minute. And we will have here Coinbase, and we can see what Coinbase is doing. So even Coinbase not buying. Or it lifted up a little bit, but nothing big. Absolutely nothing big. Let us go forward. We have here Binance. Binance distributing, it doing exactly the same like FTX. That's crazy. I wasn't expecting that. I mean, they have still enough ammo, but Bitfinex, yeah, lifting up, selling, sometimes then lifting up again, buying, selling, buying, pump and dump, pump and dump. And we have here the Binance perp. Let us check that here as well. So the funding rate is declining, the open interest is lifting up. It matches very well to our aggregated funding rate, leverage ratio, and open interest chart on CryptoQuant. While the aggregated CBD for futures coin margin, so the bitcoins are right now, that looks completely different. Something is wrong here. That's 30 minutes. That looks completely different. Ah, okay, yeah, it's only Binance. Okay, sorry. It's not aggregated in that case, it's only showing Binance. Yeah, that it's my setting. Of course, so what it's indicating is on Binance, they are longing with Bitcoin collateral. And that's actually what's driving the market right now, with support of spot, of course. If we go forward, we can see what the entities related to MM's market maker, and it's not happening. However, I mean, I wouldn't trade only what these entities are doing. We don't know if these guys are sending their bitcoins to OTC, for example, or maybe reducing their entities just and becoming a different entity. That's what we will check just afterwards. These guys, okay, maintains. These guys maintains. These guys are accumulating. Let us go forward and check what the market maker entity. We can take out these guys, I don't care. Yeah, that's it. Exactly. So, yeah, they are reducing their entities, it seems. Lifting up a little bit. Okay, but what's happening to these? Let me check if that matches. I mean, these entities are usually exchanges. No, it doesn't match. Doesn't match. That's very, very interesting. Because 96 wallets, that means we have received 3 more wallets with more than 10,000 bitcoins since a week ago. But the entities with 1,000 to 10,000 bitcoins have now 16 wallets less. They are reducing their balances. They are selling, in my opinion. Wow. Okay, let us go forward. Let us check what Coinbase is doing here.
Oh, it seems the liquidation map was the most accurate because yeah, the market liquidated those shorts at 22k. And there might be more to the upside. That's why I'm not in a hurry to short. Okay, it's interesting, very interesting what is happening. Have a good day and see you tomorrow.